Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing Unconditional Surrender here. We are using the board game arena module, which is, with the exception of a few edge cases, 100% the rules. We got fair weather in May, all across the board. So I'm going to probably be doing something stupid. The game is designed by Salvatore Vasta, developed by Mark Dey and Alan Hill, I think is the other name. It's in the credits, or it's in the notes to the video. It's published by GMT Games, and Luna LOL is the one who developed the BGA module. He's got several other games that he's developed. If you like playing board games but you can't find opponents, in your area, please check out Board Game Arena. I think that you'll find a pleasant surprise there in that you can play with people in hundreds of board games across the world. Okay? So it's definitely worthwhile to check it out. I am going to go ahead and declare war on the Soviet Union, Soviet faction. And then that's all I'm going to do there. Now the West could declare war. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake on my part. Should have declared war on Tallinn, because then it might have been a 50-50 that it's a Soviet satellite, and the Soviets wouldn't be able to conquer it. So I screwed up. Screwed up. All right, well, I didn't do it. So now the West has to make some choices. They have issues with the Italians here, so I don't think they want to do any declarations of war. They could make this a German satellite country in the hopes that the Soviets could conquer it, but the Soviets might not be able to, because they're going to be totally blitzed here. So I'm not sure if they should. Well, it doesn't really matter who declares war on it. We want to make that a German satellite, even if it screws up the Russians initially, because it means when the Russians come back and conquer it, they'll get the city going forward. So we will just go ahead and do the declaration of war on Estonia. And the Germans are like, there's no good place to put this unit. If you put it in Tallinn, the Soviets would be able to isolate it if we don't break across Riga. We don't break the Duna. So we'll try and make life difficult for the Soviets. We'll put them there. Okay, the West is done. Soviets have no one to declare war on at this point. And we get to go to production points. The Germans have 28. The Italians have got to do some extra movement. I'm not going to give to anything else, but I'm going to give a point to the Italians, because they've got some serious playing around in the Mediterranean to do, and we're done. The Soviets are not... They've got 28. What the heck? I'll give one to the Finns and see if they can get a lucky die roll. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to need those points to possibly move many, many armies and get my airplanes back. We're just going to leave it alone. Okay. So I'm +3 to his +0. There's no markers we can play, so we just got to roll the die. And we've made the West a little bit more weaker with their production points. Now we have a strategic movement, and I've been meaning to move this thing for a long time, and I keep forgetting to do it. I'm woefully unprepared to go into the Soviet Union with the Germans, but I'm going to bring this armored unit over here. First Panzer should have been there to start this off with. I'm going to confirm that. In the west, I don't have a strategic move. I don't think. Everything's pretty much where it needs to be to guard the UK. And I wasn't able to upgrade the Mediterranean fleet. I might have to pull the Mediterranean fleet and rebuild it outside of Malta at this point. And just depend on Force H to keep him in check over here. Okay, no, I don't have any strategic moves. I'm in the places I need to be. Soviets. Now, this is a real problem because I took a chance with the Soviets. Strategic thought here. I took a chance with the Soviets going into May. The Germans were not in the best positions. They didn't have all their aircraft at full, and they didn't have everybody right up on the line like they would like to. And I took a chance that they would get poor weather in May and might just put it off, and then I would be able to withdraw the way I normally do. I was not able to do that this time. So now I have issues. And what I need to do, because the Germans are going to move that Estonian down here to try and mess with Riga. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put Vilnius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can come and chase my airplane away. So if I put him in the spot with the airplane, so that my Air Force can stay there. And that's what I'm going to do there. Now, the Germans have got some shenanigans to do here. I don't know if I can do it. I hope I can. This airplane, stop, can get to here. And then he can get to is it Dusseldorf? Yeah, Dusseldorf is good enough for now. He's not going to get any sorties anytime soon, but that lets me bring this aircraft to the east. Probably here. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. Actually, let's undo that. Where else can I get him to? I can get him to here. Actually, I can get him all the way down here. Put him here. Now, I'm going to try and do something. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. So we'll see. Okay, we're going to do an East Invaded. We're going to go for this. We're going to hit him where it should be +1 to +0. Hope we get a good die roll split. We did not. This is bad. Things are not going well. Oh, come on. All right, this is gonna fail miserably. Yep, we're gonna fail miserably at this. All right, let's try down here for a bit. Okay, I cannot get a split to save my life. Everything I do is going to go south in a hurry. So this isn't going to work. This was a bad move on the Germans' part. See, now I'm suffering massive losses. Yeah, this is not going to work. Okay, that's all the farther I can go there. That's all the farther I can go here, so he's going to be able to use his airplanes to defend himself, which means I'm not going to make a huge breakthrough. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Okay, well, let's do the one move we've got to do. Oh, no, no, not you. Not yet. Stop. We have to get this guy out of Benghazi. And then we've got to bring the German armored, or Africa army. Who can intercept me there? Oh, he can intercept me there. Oh, dear. Shoot. This is bad. I forgot he can reach there from Alexandria. Okay, this was multiple mistakes by the Germans. Okay, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna go to Benghazi. And Force H is going to intercept. No submarines or anything. I got a DR2 there, and then they're going to just try to. They're trying to. They're trying to just get the sorties up on the. So he can still land here, and he's flipped, but now he's only got what, 4 sorties. So he's only got 4 sorties there. He does have all his sorties there, so I'm trying to make him be sortie poor so that I can try and do something to him in the future. All right, well, that hurt very badly. This is going to hurt up here as well because he can use his aircraft to stop me from doing things, which is bad. God. All right, we need to go. First army needs to go here. And see, how many points do I have left? 4? I can only get 1 attack anyway. I don't want to attack right away, so I'm going to declare an assault. And then we're going to take this armored unit, and he's going to go here. And he's going to attack here because he has him in isolation. So I have him at +5 already. Now he can make himself +4 if he wants to use his tanks and his aircraft, which he's probably going to do. So I'm going to try and get him as fast as possible. And the Soviets have to make a decision. Where do they want to defend? If they can hold out at Lvov, they might blunt the entire German offensive. So I am actually going to go all in here. Yeah. And got a no effect. So then he attacks again. And again, I'm just going to go all in right here and just get this over with. Either I hold him or I don't. Okay. So we held him up. We can't stop him now. Now he's got a +5 to 0. But he might not get a DD. And he did. But notice he has no way of moving out of that city. So he can't like pull out here and start messing around with things or get across the Bug River and mess around with things, which was the whole point of holding there. I'm just trying to give myself enough time to run away because that's what I want to do is run the hell away. So now we've got to try and do some attacks up here. This is not going to go well. 5. He can guard them, but he can't guard this one. So I think we're going to start off with the 6th Army attacking here. We're not going to use the airplane. We're just going to go with +2 to +0. Try and get him to retreat. Oh boy, this is bad. This is very bad. I could have used a surprise attack marker, but I don't think it would have worked as well. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Usually you get a retreat. Oh, that was very bad. That was very bad. Well, he's got an airplane in range now, so we want to keep that up. Yeah, if we can stop him there, he can't keep coming forward. We'll go for it. Ooh, I lost both of my things, but I did stop him, which is the important part. But now there's, he's only got one sortie left, each of us. So now the Germans have got to try and do an end run type breakthrough and see if they can get this done. They're going to go here, throw in the airplane. I think we're going to try and slow him down as much as we can. Since I'm forward committed, I have to commit everything to this. And he got a no effect, so that was good. So now he attacks again. +4 to 0. And he got a DE, which is what he wanted because he goes here. Then he moves here. Attacks here. Oh my, look at these splits. Oh my goodness. This is the worst German offensive I've seen in ages. So we got rid of him. We only have one movement point left. We do not want to go down here. We want to go up to the river, I think. Or do we want to be over here? I think we want to be over here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use this infantry to go 5. We're not going to take Vilnius, but we're going to try to bag these guys around Brest, I think. I've got 2 movement points after this. Confirm. Commit. See, I got him to retreat, and then I can go not take that hex and go here instead. And now he can't retreat because this guy's in the way. So we're going to attack here. And this is where we're going to use the tank marker. And I got a DD, which is what I needed. That lets me move here and then attack at Brest. Or do I want to attack? Yeah, I think I have to attack at Brest. And I got stopped. Oh, crap. Okay. You are only going to get one attack here. We're not going to get very far, folks. We're not going to get very far at all. Zero movement points left, so just one attack with no effect. Oh my goodness, Tonto. We are just totally getting wrecked here. Okay. Estonia is going to die. Okay. What? Stop. Yeah, don't appointment points. Why don't you just automatically end it? We are going to take... Let's see, I'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Have to think about this. Where can I get to with you? I cannot get across the river. So that's a long shot. Right now it'd be 0 to 0. I could make it like +3 to 0. Okay, let's do an assault. What can I make this? Right now it's +3 and I can throw in a ground support for +4. See if we get it. Just a retreat, which is not good enough. I don't have the units left to go pushing him back. I'm down to 15. And I do need to move these guys down here. He needs to come probably up to here for when Romania is going to activate. This guy going to move up here on the railroad. Go ahead and resolve this assault. Wow, I did not make any headway at all, did I? All right, well, I do need to do this, I guess. Maybe if I come around this way and attack into here. So I get a retreat here. He's going to retreat this way. We're going to lose a couple units here. We're going to retreat this way. I'm not going to... I got to take that hex. Because that's the whole point of this. And then this guy... We got 2 attacks at 0, I think. 0 to 0. No effect. And we might as well do it again. I could attack this one. I don't have anybody else left to attack with. Doesn't really matter which one. It's like a 1 in 36 chance that I'd actually take that hex. And that's it. That's a terrible breakthrough. I only killed 4 Russian units. I really needed to get more. That's not going to work. Down here, the Italians are going to have to supply 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. So I really don't want to pull the aircraft down here. I want to leave him there so he can get down to 2 sorties. We might have problems with the Med fleet and this guy in next turn. So this is going to be a problem. Okay, I think we're done. I don't think I want the Italians to do anything. We got 12 points left. That'll be 3, 6, 9. They won't be able to do an aircraft. Well, all they can do is 9, so they might as well move this guy to here to capture that. He's got to basically stay there. Right? Right. I think that's what I have to do. And I think I have to pass. I'm done. The Yugoslavs, we need to get this infantry moving up north because he's going to have to back us up. The other real infantry is going to stay in the south. Trouble's right here in River City. Okay. That's kind of where we're at. I think we're done. So terrible things are going to happen to us now. From the Swede standpoint, we still have a ground support make us -1, and he'll be +1, -2, so it'd be -1 to -1 if he wants to attack. The Germans, I think we're going to start marching this guy to the north. Okay. And that's it for the Axis. We're done. In more ways than one. No, I don't think I'm going to voluntarily eliminate anything. Supply all. No convoys. You go to Oslo. You go to Oslo. Okay. I want you to go through Tripoli. You to go through Tripoli. I think I'm going to run Tripoli up to 4. You can go to limited supply. Oh, I need to undo. I need to undo this. I screwed up. I clicked on a guy that's in a fort, didn't I? Okay, you go to Oslo. You get fully supplied. You get fully supplied through Tripoli first. Oh god, I can't. I can't bring back all my airplanes. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. You guys both go through Tripoli for limited supply. You I'm gonna say you wanna? Do you want it? Do you wanna? And the British are like, no, I don't wanna. Send that other guy out. Send that convoy out. Maybe we'll talk. But the French or the Italians are gonna go. We have to do this guy through Tripoli. Undo. Why am I doing this? Okay, I have to do this guy through Tripoli. This guy through Tripoli. I think we're just going to do them all through Tripoli. 369. The fleet's not really going to be able to support me, but I think that's what I have to do. And then we will activate the Romanians. And we need to put the 4th here. And the 2nd here. And as much as it pains me, the garrison's got to go here. He'll be -2 to -2, so that's the best I can do. Now the Soviets get to place a bunch of guys. Okay, so he's breaking through in the north. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So if I leave this fort, I can run and grab Tallinn. So I need to have somebody like in Volkov to move into Leningrad. This guy's gonna go in Minsk. This guy's gonna go into Veluki. These two are dead. They can't do anything. So what they're probably going to do is they're going to gang up to try and do an assault here just for kicks. We're going to have to retreat badly. We've got these guys here that I can pull back. So I've got 4 armies that can pull back towards the Dnieper for June. So, and I've got 1, 2, 3. This guy can't move. 4, 5. So maybe one more guy to the north. And one more guy to the south somewhere. And then this airplane is going to set up like back here. Where do I want him to be? I want him out of harm's way so I can get him up some sorties. So maybe at Veluki. And that's what we'll do there. Now the West gets to go. All right, the West has got troubles right here in River City. They are going to try and do something. They have 20 points. They're going to need to, I got to check my status here. He's going to need to be put up. So that's 2, 3, 4. 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I won't have enough to build the airplane. How do I do this? Okay, we will do this way. We will have him go here. Just do it. And then we'll have the BEF picked up by the 3 start. And then moved here. So now I've got a bolstered up defense, and we'll just stay right there. So we'll be able to use 2 and 2 to try to get these guys back up. I'm not going to be able to do the Med Fleet, am I? That could be a problem. I hadn't thought about that. But that's what I got to do. We are going to attempt to do some shenanigans, I think. We're going to attack here with our tank. We're at +2. He's at +2. Let's see if we can get lucky and get a good split and retreat him. And we can't. We're just stopped. Okay, we're done. And the British are done. Done, done, done. They have no desire to go get themselves in any more trouble than they're already in. In a pinch, I can try to race this guy around to get some more sorties, but I'm going to have to work on sorties, I think. The Italian Air Force is probably going to be down here next turn, so I'm going to have to bring that RAF on, I think. Okay, we're done. I don't, should I just eliminate the Med Fleet so I can build it back where I can get some sorties on it in the future? It's not going to do anything good for me there, and I might be able to bring Home Fleet down there depending on how it goes. So if we supply all, we're going to say no supply on him so I can definitely have him removed. don't really want to do limited supply. Can I just do a supply? Oh, so he's at 5 and he's at 6. So he'll be at 4 and 3. And I'll be able to maybe do that. I don't know. Soviets. Okay, here we go. We are going to have him leave the fort and go capture Tallinn. Estonia is conquered. Yay. We're just going to die there, but hey, that's the way it goes. All right, we can try to hold the Duna. I think that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try and hold up on the Duna in June and see what we can do. How far can you get? You can get to here. I think that's all I'm going to risk on the Duna. I think we're going to put the guy from Smolensk is going to go in here. And now here, he's going to have 2 full armored, and he's going to have an armored running up through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He'll be able to put an armored in here. This guy could play games with me. Do I really want to try and hang on to Kishinev, or do I want to just... He hasn't broken that river line, but when he comes down this way, he could sweep up all 3 out of these 4 armies. He probably could sweep up if he swings south. Because I've got nothing in front of him running to Kiev and breaking the Dnieper. And I really need to hold the Dnieper, right? So, can you get... You can get back to here, which is the place you need to be. You can get back in front of Dubnostric. Okay. We're going to run away for the moment. I do not want to be facing his armies. The German army has a long way to march to come down to Kishinev. So this guy could go here. We're going to play some shenanigans here. You won't be able to rail through the airplane, so I can go back here, I think. And now I will have 4 guys to build? 4 guys to build. What's my time? 38 minutes. Okay, well, this is not going well for the Germans. And then when I build next turn, I'll put somebody in there. You need to go into the Leningrad fort, because if he breaks through and just runs up there and grabs it, I will be very embarrassed. Enter the fort, because no, we got to keep that verified. And I will get somebody to move into the Moscow fort soon, hopefully. I think that's it. I don't think, even if I wanted to do this, I'd be +0 to +2. No, let's not do that. Do I need the points for anything? I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, and I have nothing to build. So I've got 10 to spend and nothing to build. And we've already established that if I do this, I'll be +1 from my little thingy, but -2 for a river in the forest. He would be -2, +1 for that, so it would be -1 to -1. Not good odds of taking the hex. Let's hold off on that for the moment. Well, because I'm got the same thing on my side. He's -2 coming across that river, and it's only 1 hex. So that's a good defensive position, I think. I think I'm just going to sit on that. I don't have any units just lying about, do I? The Veliluka unit is kind of blocking the way north. He might just blow through here and run past me. Do I need to be here? Do I need to give up Minsk? Maybe. Maybe. I think we're going to go here. I think we're going to give up Minsk. And we're going to go back here. And then this guy, to be perfectly honest, I'm not even going to try to hold out in Romania. He's going to have possibly 4 fair weather turns. He's already had one that I've thwarted him quite a bit on. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of shifty moves. He's going to go hold this part of the river. And he is going to hold the pivotal swamp hex. 10th. Okay. So we've retreated as best we can to the next river line. I was fortunate in that I only lost, what, 5 guys? I lost 5 infantry there. Or did I get an infantry? Oh no, I picked up an infantry from the Estonia thing. Right? Okay. All right, so that's what we've got going. I think that's what we're going to do. That's the pass for the Soviets. I'm going to think about whether I want to get rid of an airplane or not. We supply them all. They should be all supplied. Okay. Now the West. I think I'm going to get rid of Medfleet and rebuild it somewhere else. So now when you do this, I didn't do this the last time. I fucked up. So, pardon my French, but so you click on this, and then you have to click on Eliminate Unit. And you see it disappear out of the list, and then you say Confirm. What I did is I clicked on it and hit Confirm. I didn't hit the Eliminate button first, and then it goes away. Now I'm serious about. I'm not sure. See, if I leave this airplane here, this is a little strategy thing. If I leave this airplane here, he's probably just going to run past it, so that it'll be out of supply in the future. He doesn't have to actually run over it. Or he only has to hit it once with an airplane and then run over it, and it'll run away with 6 sorties. Which is fine by me. I don't care. But it keeps him from strategically moving like adjacent to Odessa or adjacent to Kiev. He has to stop here. Because I own all these cities. So he's got to capture all that stuff first. So I think we're going to just stay right where we're at there. Now the other question is this worth... He's down to all 6 sorties, so I want to keep my airplanes on the board because I'll have as many sorties as him and he'll have to deal with it. So I'm not going to eliminate things. I could eliminate this up in the north. We could take the convoy out of there. First couple turns we have enough points, and I could build it like in Leningrad. To possibly like move to Helsinki. I'm not going to get a surprise attack marker forever. I don't get that till like 1944, right? Now that everything's been placed, I think it's 1944 is when I get it. So I have plenty of time to do something with that convoy. The other thought is to put it in the Black Sea for the future, but I don't think it really matters. So I think we're done with our voluntary eliminations. The Axis gets to improve. Now, we definitely wanted the Italian air to get some. And as much as I hate to, I mean, I really would like to get the fleet up too. But I don't think I can afford it. So I've got to do the 2 convoys and waste a couple points. Now the Germans, I really wanted to get the Africa army up, but I've got to do the 3 I've got to do the 3 airplanes in the east. I really screwed this up royally. Because I can't swap airplanes anymore. So I'm in a world of hurt. Do I have anything to build? Nothing to build. I'm sorry. Because I'll fall behind him on aircraft if I don't keep these guys going. I guess I've just got to let the African army wallow for a bit. I'm done. Italians can't do anything more, so we're all screwed. And now they definitely want to make the BEF be full strength. They've got 14 left. So if they do Force H, they can do 2 things and build an airplane. Force H is the only thing I've got that can do any interceptions. He's got to come up because he's main supply line. He's got to come up because he's main supply line. And the others have just got to sit. Because I have 3 left to build the aircraft, which I'm going to build down in, what is this called? Indian Ocean. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop with them. Soviets are like, yeah, this is easy. I still have 4 left, but I don't have anybody to build. Because there's nothing in my card yet. That's not till next turn. Then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys to build next turn. Hopefully I won't lose that much, but things are about to get ugly here, I think. Okay. And then I can actually rail that guy back here. Okay. That's cool. Okay. And we confirm. And then the British are going to build this. Oh, come on. Here. Because that's likely to be where I can make my stand. And I confirm. And we're at the declaration of war phase, and we've been at this 47 minutes. So we're probably going to be doing the war in the Soviet Union 1 turn at a time, because I don't want to make this like an hour and a half long video. So that was May of 1941. I took a chance with the Soviets in April and not pulling back, because it's a 1/3 chance that they'll get fair in May. They got fair in May. Now they got fair in June. So this was a very bad gamble on my part. The Germans, on the other hand, are behind the timeline. Because they didn't get Italy in quick enough, they had to do some side attacks, like at Greece, in order to get Italy into the war to keep the British busy. So that's a problem. That I've got a war to wage in the Middle East and a war to wage in the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union's got to take priority. Because if I can't collapse the Soviet Union, odds are the Germans will end up losing in the long run. They might be able to pull off a proper defense if they beat the Soviets back far enough, but it's not as likely. So anyway, we will see what the Germans do in June. They definitely have to clear out this problem down here, so there's a couple more armies there. And then they'll have to capture the cities that were given, of course, and move forward. Actually, in June, it's pretty much going to be a move forward kind of deal, because we don't have a lot of things we can do. You know, we really don't have a lot of ability to move and attack in June, so we probably won't be using the surprise attack marker there. We might use it in July to break the river lines, and then make a run in August and September for as much as we can grab, and then consolidate in October. We'll have to see how it works out. we still are going to have strategic movements and everything else to do. That's what we'll decide next time. We're going to do probably this one turn at a time. June might go fast enough that we can actually do July too. We'll see. I'm going to try and keep these things under an hour as much as I can. The last one went a little over an hour, but that was May. So I took the chance with the Soviets. The Germans got clear, and then the Germans rolled absolutely horribly. Usually, when you get a clear weather turn like that, and you can cut down the Soviet air forces like we did, usually you end up with. Remember, one of these guys came from the Estonia thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I only killed 4. I might have only killed 3. No, I think I killed 4. I killed 4. Um, that's not enough. When you get that extra fair weather turn, you need to be you have to be on pace to kill roughly 6 a turn. And this turn, I might get 2 and take a city, breaking the Duna in the north around Riga. That's about the extent of what I'm going to be able to pull off here. So I'm in a world of hurt. I will be able to advance. I'll pick up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 will points on them. Take them down to 77. Maybe take Riga. That'll be 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe I'll get 16 points, which will leave him at 61 going into July. And then we run up against the actual river lines and everything, and the Germans will be lined up better, probably have a little better air cover involved. And then the Soviets they can either stand on the river line for a turn and get a few guys killed, or they can just say, that's it, we'll just back up in July. And back up again in August, and then in September make their stand along the Don, Rostov to Brest, to Tula, to Rezev, to Bologoye, and Lukov. And if you're making that stand in September of 41, you're probably still okay. If you can stand further east or further west, it's obviously better. So I don't know. I think I may try to stand one turn on the river with the Soviets. Like I said, we'll figure that out as we see how June unfolds. And we'll see what the Soviets do. And then if the Germans can bust through on a July turn and make some kind of a sweeping advance, and then the Soviets just, retreat wholesale as far as they can go and see what happens. All right. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. Please leave me comments on the playthrough. I am trying to kind of explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing while I'm playing this, so that you get sort of the mindset of why did I do what I did kind of thing. So, hopefully that's being insightful for you guys. And maybe it'll provoke some comments about, no, you should think about it this way kind of thing. I haven't quite figured out the best defense in the Soviet Union, but obviously the best defense is for the Germans to roll lots of ones in their initial attacks, because then they don't have as many attacks to kill many Russian units. So he picked off about 4, and he's definitely going to get a couple more, but I don't think he's going to get a decent attack on anybody this turn, other than maybe at Riga. And then, that'll be like, okay, he broke the Duna to the north. We can fall back onto the forests here and, start a line up this way and then force him to break the Duna or the Dvina. Is that the Dvina? The Dnieper. Force him to break the Dnieper along various things. Maybe in July, and then in August, falling back to the city line, and then, if necessary, September will see us on the Don. And then hopefully we get bad weather, and that slows the German advances down, and we can just build up the Russian army for the winter offensive. I'm going to get stuff a turn early because they came in May instead of June. So historically, they would have come in June, and everything would come in. So like the U.S. is going to come in November, not December. All the shock armies come in a turn early. So I think in September is when I'll see the first shock army. Is that right? Yeah, September I see the shock armies and the tanks. So that's a good time for me to stand because I'll have an extra tanks marker. I'll get shocks in October. I'll get a whole bunch of armor and an airplane in November, and the U.S. will be in at that time too. And I also get my Lend-Lease then, and I get my partisans. So going into Russian war winter, I should be fairly happy. It just depends on how much the Germans can get done in July and August. All right? Okay. So let's go. We'll save the game here with sort of this picture so you can kind of take a look at it. I'm going to save the game. Save my game. Okay. So next time we will do June of 1941 and see what the Germans can do as far as getting on down the road and deeper into the Soviet Union. Yes, I did concede quite a bit, but I kept the army intact. And in the Soviets' case, cities are recoverable. The army, you can't recover that willpower. So I started off at 95, I think, and I'm down to 87. I think I picked up 2 more from taking Estonia out, but I'll lose it right away because I'm going to retreat from there probably. I'm really seriously thinking about moving this guy via rail to someplace useful in the strategic movement phase. So I might even rail if he doesn't block me. I could even rail him all the way to Kishinev and make him have to come and attack it. Yeah, I lose an extra willpower there, but that means the Germans are attacking here and not moving up on the Dnieper. So that's the kind of games that you have to play with everything here. Okay? All right. Like I said, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to the 500 before the end of the summer, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you hit the notify bell after subscribing, you can get notified when I'm posting up new videos. When I post up polls about content that I'm going to do in the future. So if you'd like to see me do something more with unconditional surrender, you can put it in the comments, or you can post it to a poll when I put up a poll, or any way that you want. You should find a link, I believe, to my Discord server that's called Dren608 Plays. It's for talking about what to put on the channel and things like that. So you should be able to sign up for that. If you can't, please leave me a comment. Tell me the link's not working, and I'll try and put new links into the videos going forward. Okay? All right. I think that's it for now. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.